Wake Up Hibiscus Coast. I'm James Chavez.
And I'm Elaine Twain. In today's stories, a new crime wave is sweeping the country in the form of woolen graffiti. Scientists have invented an invisibility cloak. We help them find it. And the latest in weather around the country. But first, a story that will turn your world upside down.
If you think the world is getting more and more topsy-turvy, it turns out you're right. Builders in South Africa have built an upside-down house, and before you think they may have read the plans upside down, they did it on purpose. The wacky abode is built as a tourist attraction, as well as being a comment on the state of the world. The house is 23 feet tall and rests on its roof, with steel beams in the attic. Inside the house, there are beds screwed into the ceiling, upside-down wardrobes, and an upside-down kitchen. It even has an upturned bathroom, though it's not known if anyone has tried to have a bath or go to the toilet. Normally a house like this would take 3 weeks to build. This one took 4 months because workers kept getting confused by strange angles of the walls. Many tourists visiting the house complained of feeling sick and dizzy after just a few minutes inside. We now cross over to reporter Cynthia Conway, who is inside the house. How are you feeling, Cynthia?
Oh, I'm actually feeling a little bit dizzy. I'm here with the owner of the house, Renetta Bronwyn. So, Renetta, why did you decide to build an upside-down house?
Well, always trying to put my name on the map. I tried my hand at flying, didn't turn out too well, and then I tried to break the Guinness Book of Record for longest handstand. The record was 7 minutes 51, and I stopped at 6 minutes 42.
Well, that's a long time.
Yes, not long enough. So I thought, why not keep the skill and just build a house upside down?
Right. Wow. Well, how do you feel that your house is a comment on the state of the world?
Well, I think, in society today, everyone's trying to be an individual, and, put their stamp on the world. And I thought, every man and his dog can build a house. What man and his dog can build a house upside down? Me.
So you have a dog?
No, he died.
Oh, that's very sad. So, living in your house, do you have any challenges that you've faced, living in somewhere that has like an upside down bedroom and bathroom and kitchen, dining room?
Yes, I do have a dining room. Well, no, I don't have any trouble because, I'm used to being upside down. Guess that whatnot, they have a bit of trouble. But what we actually did was make the carpet up out of Velcro, and then you just simply slip on your Velcro shoes and you're good to go.
So Velcro carpet.
Yes.
How ingenious. How do you see your upside down house, making an impact on the housing market and the economy?
Well, I think, evolution's a great thing, and, I think soon everybody will be upside down. It'll be great. We came out of our mother's womb upside down, and I think it'll certainly make for an interesting time in the bedroom.
Well, thanks for being on the show. I'm Cynthia Conway for the news. Back to you in the studio, Elaine.
Thanks, Cynthia. Well, even watching that makes me feel a bit queasy. And now for a story that's truly out of sight. Look out, Harry Potter. The world of science is catching up to the world of magic. Scientists in Europe have created a 3D invisibility cloak, which can help hide objects by bending light waves. It has been found that light can be controlled using special tiny crystals that make objects disappear. So far, scientists have made small objects, such as coins, disappear, but hope that it won't be long before they are hiding cars, planes, and even people. People have even dreamed about making themselves invisible. One top scientist says, "The possibilities are endless and we're very excited." However, since inventing the invisibility cloak, the scientists have been having trouble finding it. As soon as we put it down somewhere, it just disappears, the inventor of the cloak said. And it appears they're having trouble finding other things too, like their lunch, which they think may be underneath the cloak. Well, what will this invention actually be used for? Hoping to see through the reasons behind the invisibility cloak, here's our on-the-spot reporter, Francesca Fannyflopper, with more on the story.
Hello, I'm Francesca Fannyflopper, and with me is one of the scientists behind the invisibility cloak, Professor...
Dumbledick.
Yes, Professor Dumbledick. what made you want to invent an invisibility cloak?
Well, it all started off. I was 3 years old, and I loved stealing apples from the local veggie shop down in Orewa. So I decided, why not make material that would make me completely invisible so I could steal as much apples as I liked.
Yes. Well, could you show us how the invisibility cloak works?
Of course I could. Yes, of course. Let me find it first. Here it is. Okay, you simply shake it out, swing it round, and I'm invisible.
No, you're not.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. This is a defective one. Oh, where is it? Oh, here we go. Shake it out, swing it round, and I'm invisible.
Professor, you're completely invisible. This is amazing. How could you do that? Professor!
Yes, it was me. Yes. Now I'm a floating head. Here we go.
Well, how do you hope your invisibility cloak will be used?
Well, I'll be stealing lots of apples over the next few weeks. And, of course, going into the girls' locker room. Yes.
Well, will you be hoping to sell this on the market anytime soon?
Yes, well, we've got a business now. Dumble Dick Industries. And we're selling it off to the $2 shop. Not for $2. Little bit more. $10.
Well, thank you. That makes everything clear now. We are out of time. Back to James at the desk.
Thanks, Francesca. And now how's this for an interesting yarn? A new wave of graffiti crime is covering the country, thanks to an underground gang known as Midnight Knitters. The wool-waving criminals are covering tree branches, lampposts, with small jerseys, scarves, under the cover of darkness. Police say knitted activities of the gang are illegal because the woolly crimes are being done on public property without permission. The popularity of the woolen graffiti is growing, and more public objects are being wrapped up every night. Police say, and warn, that if the Midnight Knitters aren't caught soon, every tree, lamppost, and traffic light in the country will be warmly dressed against the cold. The problem is spinning out of control. The close-knit group of criminals, we are stitching together a case, but it's not seamless. There is no real pattern to the crimes, a police spokesman said today. So far, the criminal knitters have escaped arrest and continue to pull wool over the eyes of both the public and police. We go now to a secret location with our investigator, reporter Bilbo, who has an exclusive interview with one of the Midnight Knitters gangs.
Thanks, James. I'm Shane and I'm here with the Midnight Knitters crew. A-Dog and B-Dog, thanks for joining us. Thank you. So tell me, what got you into the dark underworld of knitting?
We were on our auntie's driveway and we were tagging, and our auntie came out with a candle and gave us a hiding. I'll let A-Dog tell you this.
Spray painting got too expensive, so we went to our nana's house and found some wool, and the rest is history, eh, bro?
Hard out.
So tell me, do you guys see yourself as criminals?
The pigs call us criminals,
Oh, the FTP.
but we like to think of ourselves as artists.
Artists.
Oh, yeah. So apart from trees, lampposts and traffic lights, what else will we be knitting around lately?
We've been trying to get it into the mainstream publics, but no one really likes it, so we were going for house pets, like guinea pigs, puppies, house pets, kittens, passed out homeless people on the streets. Just cover the whole the streets with knitting, with our art.
Of course. So is there anything you'd like to say to the public?
Screw the haters.
Stuff the haters, and just a message back to the Palangi. Hey, Tavita, I'm on TV, bro.
So I think that's the Midnight Knitters crew. That's A-Dog and B-Dog. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shane M, and back to you at the studio.
Thanks for that, Shane. So, Ray, how's the weather looking?
Well, not as good as you, Elaine. Good evening, New Zealand. I'm Ray McLeod. Let's have a look at tomorrow's weather. Now let's start in the far north, up here in Kaitaia. Look out for some pretty flash flooding and raindrops as big as your right nut. If you're going outside, wear a helmet. Now let's move down to Auckland here. There'll be a mix of fair conditions and unfair conditions, but those are the conditions, so tough luck. There will be no weather at all for the Bay of Plenty, as you can see down here. It's taken a short holiday, but it's expected to be back for the weekend. In Napier and in Hastings, the weather will be sometimes changeable and sometimes not. We have really no idea what will happen there. It's a guts bowl. Now, in the Taranaki, down there, a mild depression brings with it a very dull day and no highlights at all. It will be overcast and gloomy all morning, but things should cheer up by the evening, so chill out. Everything will be fine. Now in Wellington, another capital day there, will be no wind all day and conditions will be pleasant. So pleasant, they'll be extreme. Now on the top of the South Island over here, in Kaikoura, expect to be a good day, meeting friends for lunch, going for a swim, and reading the newspapers. But try to stay indoors, as the weather will be just terrible. There's a real mix for Christchurch down here, as you can see. Be sensible rain, some moderate wind, and heavy thunderstorms, and some angry snow. And in the lower south, down there, yep, it'll be frosty, cold, and unfriendly till late morning, when the sun will pop over for a visit. Everybody loves St. George. That's all from me, guys. Remember, if it's raining outside, that's the weather for you. Good night, New Zealand. Now back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Ray. Well, that's all we have time for.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed this evening's broadcast. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Until then, I'm Elaine Craig.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And I'm James today. We'll wake up Hibiscus Coast.
Roll the camera. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are featuring an interview with a very peculiar-looking gentleman.
Scene 1, take 1. Scene 1, take 2. Take 2.